Hello everyone, welcome to Ephemera Files with Tommy. I have another stack of goodies on my desk. This one's not quite so messy. I measured where I should be in frame, so I think we're good to go. I am taking part in a challenge from DearJulieJulie. You can find her on Facebook, you can find her on YouTube. I highly suggest you go and watch her stuff. She's funny. She has lots of good ideas. She shares a whole lot of things that will make your journaling and your art and your mixed media just a little bit different and give you some things that maybe you didn't think about before. So, this challenge is the July Journal from a Simple Kit challenge. And it's not necessarily a kit you would buy. She's having you put together your own kit to make a simple journal. And I will link to the YouTube video that contains her explanation on why she put that together and how she put it together. And I encourage you to join it. It's not too late. You haven't run out of time. As you can see, I'm just starting. So, the things that will belong in this kit are in a list, and she has that posted in the group on Facebook, and you can look for July Journal from a Simple Kit Challenge on Facebook. And here is the list. The first thing you need is a book. I have my book here. I bought this book because I wanted the cover for another journal, so I took this out. It still counts. Got all the pages, and we're just going to be using the pages anyway. We won't need the entire book. Next, we need a composition book. And I chose a graph paper composition book just because I wanted it to be a little different. And I like the pattern, and you don't have to worry about which way the lines are going. So that will be helpful. The next thing is a scrapbook paper pad. I got this at Tuesday Morning for $6.99, and normally these paper pads are quite expensive when you get them at other stores. I highly suggest checking out Tuesday Morning. I can't guarantee you'll find a paper pad you want, but you might, and you might find a bunch of other things that will be helpful in your art. Next, we needed 2 file folders, but I chose 3 because I wasn't sure which ones I would use or if I would need 3. So I have this nice yellow one. Again, it matches my nails. Must be a theme. I have a plain manila one. And then I have this one, and I'm not sure how I'm going to use it. The front doesn't go with my color scheme as well as the back does, which is strange. I think because there's so much teal here, and it's balanced out with the pink and the dark rose, whatever you would call that. The inside is super bright, so if I use this part, it'll probably be gessoed or covered up. And I love this. Live your daydream. The next thing on the list is a piece of fabric. This is a fat quarter that I got at Joann's, and it just happened to go perfectly with my color scheme. And you'll see why when we get to the very last thing, because that is my origin for the planning of this junk journal. The next thing is 3 yards. Nope. The next thing is 2 rolls of washi. I have 3 because I already had these picked out, again, to go with that last thing I'm going to show you. Now we need 3 yards of lace, and I have more than 3 yards here. I don't know how much I'm going to use. I know that this roll itself is 3 yards, so I could just use this and be within the oh my goodness, instructions. But I threw in some tea-dyed lace and another piece of lace that's a little bit old. It's got its own aging going on. It's not very big, but it's pretty. Another piece of lace that I may tea dye, I may coffee dye, I may ink dye, I don't know yet. No, I don't even know if I'll use it. That's why I have so much lace, to make sure I'm covered on the amount. This is one end of a lace curtain panel that I think I got for 50 cents at Goodwill because it was half price. And here is the other end, and they look completely different. So we'll see what happens with that. And then this should count as lace, although I think it's supposed to be a lace hanky or a doily. I think it counts as lace. And I'm definitely going to use that. The next thing is 3 yards of trim or ribbon. And I, again, have more than 3 yards. This is 2 yards. And I got it on clearance at Joann's. This is a little bit of ruffled elastic. Some other trims that were only $1 that go well with my color scheme. A piece of trim that I've had for a very long time, and I don't even know where I got it from, but I think it's going to work well in this journal. And then some pom-pom trim that is kind of in rough shape. I may have to do some doctoring to it, but this came from a bag of, well, it was a bag of pom-pom trim, all different kinds of colors, that was inside a box of art supplies and sewing supplies and craft supplies that I got from my husband's grandmother not long before she died. And so I'm having trouble letting go of some of it, but I think that I can do that. The next thing is 6 postage stamps. Well, you'll find out that I can't do 6. I have this issue with numbers, and you'll see that as you go through videos with me. Welcome to my life. I have 7. 7 postage stamps. And I just love the way the colors went with the rest of my color scheme. This one is absolutely perfect. Need 2 envelopes. Again, I didn't know which colors I would use, and I don't have a problem with using 3 envelopes. I think that you just need to meet the minimum. Need a children's book or a Christmas book. I have a children's book, The Velveteen Rabbit, and it's not the full-length story. It is a golden book. But I am sure that I can use a lot of these pages in my journal. I have to figure out how, right? Next, we need 6 assorted papers. Again, I can't do 6, so I have more. I have this lovely handmade paper that's got little leaves and stems in it. It's kind of like a mulberry, but it's not really a mulberry, but it's very beautiful. I have 3 sheets of this ledger paper. I have score pads for gin rummy on one side and contract bridge on the other side. I have a piece of ledger. I have some children's drawing paper. I think that there's 3 sheets here, but I'm counting that as one thing because it's all the same kind of paper. And I have staff music writing paper. The next thing is 2 note paper or list pads. Again, I went over. I have 3 because I'm not sure, and these 3 all go so well with the theme of my journal that I'll probably end up using them all. A napkin. I have 3. Again, because the color scheme is perfect to go with everything else that I've got. I love these circle napkins. I got them at Dollar Tree. I've used them frequently. And this butterfly napkin, I'm not sure if I'm using this. I think that this mum right here will work. I might be able to work the others in. We'll see. And then you get 3 more items for decorating your journal. And here is the inspiration for this particular journal. I was given a gift bag by a lovely friend of mine, thank you, Charlotte, at a Bible journaling retreat that I went to. And I deconstructed it. It was chock full of stuff. And I really just loved the papers that she used and the colors. This has a magnet in it that I'll have to remove unless I can figure out how to use the magnet in the journal. These were the handle strips. And I have every piece here. I don't know that I'll use every piece, but this was the color inspiration for the journal that I'm making for this challenge. And this little tag was included, the Made with Love, and so I'm definitely going to use those. And then my other items for decorating my journal, I have these little acrylic pieces, little arrows that I'm going to use. I don't know how, but I want to put them in there because the color's perfect. I have this heart. It's actually on both sides. I cut it out for another project and then it just didn't quite work, and so I'd like to incorporate it in this one. I have one of the color catchers that you've heard me talk about. When you put them into the washer with your load, you get really, really beautiful colors. Sorry for walking away, but after I said that, I realized that I probably wanted to show you some of the others. Look at this gorgeous purple, and this blue, and this light pink, and then these dark dusky blues. There's some beautiful colors. I love that light blue right there. And these work almost like fabric. That smoky gray is really gorgeous. Now I have a lot of blue. It seems like my blue bleeds more than any other color. You would think the red would, but it doesn't. And so I plan to use this. I may use some of the others that I have in the journal, just if it works out. They work very well for fabric. You can stamp on them. They take inks really well. And then I have this little bundle here. This is just some, let's see, what is this? It feels kind of plasticky, but I think it's a coated thread. And this was how I was keeping it together, and now it's going to go all over the place, of course. I have this little bauble that I got. Let's see if I have, do I have a blank paper? I should have a blank paper. There we go. It has little pink crystals in it. Can you see that? And I love the way they sparkle and shine. And so that will probably go on a tassel. Because it is glass, I need to be careful with it. Let's see. And let me get that pin back through there. I have these snippets of fabric that, once again, I think go perfectly with my color scheme. I got this at that Bible journaling retreat that I went to in January as well. I have a lot of friends that went to that, and I did not know them in person before I went, but after I went, I think that we just all hit it off. We knew each other so well, and I encourage you, if you get a chance, to get together with others that have similar interests, similar likes, different backgrounds maybe that you could learn from. I encourage you to do things like that. You will learn, you will grow, you will experience love. And I don't know anybody who doesn't need a little bit more of that. So that bundle is going in there. And then I have my jar of paper strips. And I feel like that's allowed, that I can reach up there on my desk because it's always on my desk. And I feel like a lot of these will also work well in this journal. So, thank you, dear Julie, for the challenge. I am so excited to be a part of it, even though I got a late start because I spent a week at camp when it started. And I encourage you to check out her channel. Try out this challenge. It's very simple and you can do it with next to nothing. If you need help, ask your friends. I ask for donations on Facebook all the time and people are willing to get rid of stuff. So, there you go. Have a lot of fun, and I hope that you follow with me as I go through the creation of this July journal from a Simple Kit Challenge with Dear Julie. Thank you, and remember, be kind always.